super green bananas. They're just so much better. I'm a lot in my gym talking to a camera in a car by myself. But here we are.
Or so he thought, but then he got injured and then got in a car accident. So here we are recording this over 5 months later in my room. So since all that happened, a lot of the stuff that I end up saying in this video is really outdated, and my beliefs on a lot of this stuff and kind of what I want this series to be ended up changing a lot. So we're just kind of ignore that right now. So as you can probably tell from the title of the series, I'm going to be trying to measure my progress basically throughout the grades. So this series is going to be up to V10, and then hopefully I'll climb that, and then we can go to the next grade and we'll just kind of see how far we can get. So I really hope that this series will be something that a lot of people can kind of watch and like maybe align themselves with, or maybe they just think it's cool, because I know I definitely would have liked to see a series like this when I first started climbing, to go and see somebody like kind of measuring their progress on, like, I know V10 has always been something that's like, you know, it's the first double-digit number in the V grade system. It's pretty cool. It's pretty significant. So in the starting clips and also right here, I'm on a boulder called Naughty Karate. It's a V10, and I've gotten very close to doing it. I've dropped off basically like the victory jug, like throwing to it, and then in that clip you just saw, that was me just doing the really easy just top out. And then this video is another V10 that I was trying, and this one is Shisht Cave in Leavenworth, and this is my flash go on it. And climbing in the Pacific Northwest doesn't really lend itself to having the best climbing conditions outside. It's pretty much always wet, rainy, 90% humidity plus. So getting out and trying this stuff is kind of difficult. Like the clips in the beginning of the video are a good probably 8 months old at this point. And I really do think that I've got a pretty solid chance of sending it once the conditions get a little bit better. I think I could go within a couple sessions, because I have gotten to slapping basically the jug finish 3 times now and dropped off each time. So it's definitely basically as close as I could possibly get, aside from getting to the literal top out of it and then just sliding off, which shouldn't happen. The top out is very easy. So who knows, this V10 series might only last a couple episodes, or the conditions might never get good and I might go and punt every time, and who knows, it could be a ton of episodes, but we'll just see. And as I fall off, being pumped out of my mind because I did more than 3 whole moves, and we can get back to the gym and I can show you what my training sessions looked like prior to the new year. So if anything, this video is kind of gonna honestly act as like an episode 0, where this is kind of like summing up the last couple months of my training before 2024 started. So I'm gonna let the old video commentary go and take over. I definitely take a long time to warm up, normally around about 45 minutes. So after I've done a lot of stretching and mobility and things are starting to move around, I'm starting to get my heart rate up a little bit, blood starting to flow, I'll start doing some pull-ups, and I'll start doing no hangs and recruitment pulls on the hangboard. Try to get my fingers, my back, my arms all warmed up. And then at this point I'll head downstairs, I'll start moving around on some vertical walls and just slowly start ramping up the difficulty, try harder routes and just start pulling harder on smaller edges, different wall angles, just getting fully ready to go and try my hardest. And I can go and get into exactly what I do for my stretches, for my warm-up and my mobility and the auxiliary exercises, pulling, fingers, all that kind of stuff in another video if you guys want to, but I just wanted to keep it pretty brief for this. at that point, once I'm completely warm, I'm as warm as I can possibly be, I'll start doing my strength exercises, so pull-ups or max hangs, whatever it is. And so for today, it's max pull-ups. So unfortunately, the first couple of videos I took of my weighted pull-ups were pretty unusable. I mounted them onto the metal equipment, and it was just way too shaky to use. So I missed the first 2 or 3 sets. I did my warm-up of 53 pounds, and then I did 3 sets working at 78 pounds, and then eventually went up to 93 pounds on the last set. And I'll just throw up on screen how I calculated each of those so you can see. Okay, Tommy from the future back again, because I got injured on the moonboard. But it's not because the moonboard's bad, it's because I increased my training volume way too quickly. So I'm just coming in here to say, if you are taking any advice from this or anywhere else, or inspiration that you want to go and start increasing your training volume, start doing all these different things, weighted pull-ups, hangboard, fingerboard, campus board, whatever, make sure that you're doing gradual increases in training load and also training type, because even though I climbed a lot, trained a lot, the fact that I hadn't been moonboarding very much meant that my body wasn't used to that specific type of load. So if you're changing up something, make sure you're doing it gradually, or else you can get injured like me. All right, back to the video. So once I've completed all my strength training, I'll typically move on to moonboarding, as it's currently my weakness and what I'm trying to focus on getting better at. And I was pretty surprised I was able to get that flash. I've been trying to just move through all of the benchmarks, and I've been specifically trying to do them in order, which definitely is not the best if you're just trying to get a just maximum number of problems. But I'm really trying to focus on projecting maybe not the physically hardest thing I can do, but just working on tension and technique and things that I would normally neglect when I'm just trying to go and send the volume of problems. Because I can always just go to something that I could probably send in a couple goes, instead of having to project something that might be a couple grades below what I could maybe do in that session, but still be able to go and benefit a lot from it. So this was my last attempt. This wasn't from the start. I've been just projecting this problem. I'd gotten every move except for the last one done. Back from the future again for more retrospective analysis. Listen to the very next thing I say right here. But my fingers were starting to hurt, and I'd already been there for 2.5, 3 hours, so it was time to go. Listen to your body. If something starts hurting, and especially if you've been changing up your training style, listen to your body if something hurts or doesn't feel right. So thank you for watching this video. I'm not quite sure how this series is going to turn out, but I just want to start doing it because I've told myself I want to make these for a while. So now that I have a milestone, I have a reason to do it. Thank you, and see you next time.